All right. So, since it's been a while and there's been a request, we will, and we've had I guess a sort of season 1, finale sort of thing, cliffhanger-ish. We'll do a recap of what has happened across the entirety of the adventures so far. So, broadly, the Seekers of the Jade Oath have been going about their business of solving problems for crowns, but they've run against a persistent force across the kingdom that they would soon come to know as the left hand of the serpent. Small orbs replete with psychic power have been found at the center of bizarre happenings tied to this devious organization. One of their number, a minor player by the name of Yard Trunkblock, was captured, questioned, and convinced to join the side of the Seekers. He told them of the organization's desire to tear down the kingdom, and you've sort of been party to some of their methods. As the wider plot of the Left Hand was just beginning to be uncovered, an opportunity arose to capture a higher-ranking member they had heard of before, one Mapotov Kamash. One of his plans was thwarted, and he was taken into Kedwell for interrogation. There, he relinquished some details of his plans, including his background and focus on teleportation magic, and talked a little bit about a strange mineral called Black Mordry, before he was thrown back into a holding cell. In the time since, several of the Seekers have followed up on this new information, including the town of Baydale, which I guess was at the time just sort of a quiet farming town. Didn't seem to be disturbed in any way, yet at least. That brings us to now, which is the 22nd of Atum, a Waters Day, still early on in Swelter Surge. So it's the hot season, basically. We'll do a little tour around our landing page real quick, since this is also new. People who were here for the interrogation will have seen it before, but this is the first adventure that we're having it in, so. On the left, we've got stat cards for the current party. On the top, we have the title of the adventure. We have a little summary of where we're at. This will change at the beginning of every session. To include, the stuff that happened in the last session. People, places, things below that will also be updated in between sessions to include stuff you've run into and things, just stuff that's important that you found out to sort of be a refresher. Bottom right, we have a sort of season dial just to remind you that it's hot right now. All the way at the top, we have the current hero points counter for the whole party. You have one because you get one at the start of each adventure. Sort of generally, there's a couple of specific things called out for how you can use that, but generally, if you want to do something hard or something that you're not normally allowed to do, you can ask, and you might be able to spend a hero point to accomplish it. So far, it's been used once, and that was to jump off of a boat and spear a flying creature and drag it into the ocean. It was rad. And then you got your tokens. You can move. You should be able to move your tokens on. If you can't, let me know. But oh, they did something weird.
Token moving intensifies.
Yeah, when you move them, the health bar and the name move first, and then the token slides in after. At least on my screen, that's weird.
Yeah, interesting. Gabatha, what are you doing up there? Get back to our little chessboard that we stand on every day.
Exploring.
Get back to your chessboard.
Grannies just want to have fun.
Oh, grannies just want to have fun.
So the contract at hand, to get into things, was a sort of pressing missive received from Alderman Fixus, Selec Fixus of Midview. And in it he states, "We received a warning about a huge creature approaching Midview from the east, which I believe to be credible. If it is as described, then the Cinder Keepers will not be able to stop it. It is beyond their numbers and training. Reinforcements of any sturdy sort are needed, or I fear the towers of the ash fields will soon fall." That was delivered by a runner from the nearby town. It was sent with haste at cost, so that they could get some seekers to respond quickly. And since it is such a rush situation, you all were in the area and available for one reason or another. So you've been dispatched to intercept it as quickly as possible. You haven't had time for any extended shopping. You can only get very bare basics of restocking and things. You do have enough time to grab artifacts real quick, as usual. But basically you can only buy like one or two things if you don't already have it in your inventory. So what are each of you bringing?
I'm a little bit. I just want to say that I think Elantra is a little bit bummed because Cadwell is having their fried chicken festival, and there's a lot of waiting in line for fried chicken that they've had to like miss out on in order to be here.
So what you've canonized right now, I guess, is that Kedwell hosts a fried chicken festival for the people of Arrow's Edge, the nearby town.
Yeah,
and
well,
that's today.
There's not a big space to set up tents in the town, so like because Arrow's Edge has a little bit more like in the way of fields, they have it just outside the city.
Okay, that's the thing.
Should I keep going on the details of the festival, or have you guys figured out what you're buying yet?
The details will help.
I think specifically Elantra was excited because they have like there's like a few like traveling vendors who came in. They like they don't travel normally, but they come in for the festival every year because like it's like a traditional thing. And they bring some like exotic plants to flavor the different kinds of like chicken with. And one is like the essentially it's a cardamom pod but fantasy version. But it like Elantra really digs that flavor because I think a lot of Eladrin kind of grow up with that sort of flavor being common in their food. And he doesn't get it that often in a majority human settlement like Cadwell.
Okay.
Incredible.
Have you guys figured out your stuff yet?
I just bought a potion. I had some yet still. So I just
I've been reminding myself what the artifacts are while you're doing that.
oh yeah, we can
Yeah, that's
save
mostly what I
those.
was stalling for.
I keep forgetting to see.
I'm gonna grab Tobar's Tome of Tales.
Here's the link to the artifacts page for anyone who forgot how to get there.
I think I'm gonna grab the vine wrap again.
I'm getting the Alexa because the Alexa is fun.
The eyeglass?
Yeah. Also known as the Alexa.
Gabatha's gonna grab the cat's eye amulet, not because she knows anything about it, but because it looks really pretty and she loves cats. She's a cat lady.
God, I have to remember what these items do. It's been so long.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time someone's brought the cat's eye amulet out. So that's fun.
Can Gabatha accidentally stare into it herself and then get creepy? Because that would be pretty accurate.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
Actually, I want to bring the frigid wood flute. If no one else is grabbing that.
That's a mistake. You shouldn't have access to that.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was new. Okay,
I have
understood. I see
It's
nothing.
it's listed under unavailables. It shouldn't show up also under the trinket section. That's my bad. Well, there's a couple of
Um,
things showing up there. The steering compass also shows up there. You don't even know what that is.
I assumed they were stuff that were found in the interrogations or something. I see
The
now.
the frigid
I'm
wood
just-
flute was carried by Aura, or not carried by Aura. It was carried by what the fuck is her name? Your favorite person, Welby.
God, if I was not that
Oleana.
tired. Oleana,
Yeah, it was
Oleana.
carried by
She
Oleana.
does
It's
it.
called Aura's because it summoned a crab named Aura. You don't have that. She still has it. Oleana does. So
And we're not gonna steal from her.
yeah.
I would like to bring the Tome of Tails, the Passenger's Shoes, and
Classic.
the Inscape Whistle. Actually, that one doesn't seem as useful on this, but no, I already said it. Fuck it.
Okay.
I'm a weird guy.
That's another new one.
Do I have time to also buy a couple potions of healing?
You can buy one or two things.
I
Is
would
the
like to
monocle
buy
of the chemist-
specifically 2 potions of Cure Light Wounds. What are they? 50 GP each?
Miners are 50, yeah.
Is Monocle of the Chemist a real item?
Yes,
I bet
Welby's
has that.
taking it.
Okay, cool.
Is the
And
Alexa.
yes. That's from adventure number 2. Okay, so we have the tome, the shoes, the whistle, the vine wrap, the monocle, and the amulet. Anything else?
Gabatha would like to buy a potion, and
Okay.
she would also like to buy some vanilla bean paste because she's out.
Okay.
The paste is way better than the extract.
It's true.
And I know monsters can be taken down by vanilla bean paste. So I'm already planning my strategies.
That's also audience. That's a real true fact. The paste is better than the extract. It's a little more expensive sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
If you can get it and you use it a lot, go for it.
get
But
as
also-
close to the bean as possible. It makes a difference.
But also vanilla is like garlic. Measure with your heart.
Did someone grab Lantern of the Glimmering Wilds? Not to change from vanilla.
I did not.
No, not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that too.
Okay. Whoops. Okay, so due to the hasty nature of this venture, we are jumping directly to mid-view, basically, via Celestial Finance Transport, your old classic teleportation means. Not cheap, but in this particular case, it is going to be, the bill for it is going to be footed by the organization itself. And they'll just sort of come out of, they'll work out the fee for that with the the requesters. So I'm thinking, I don't think Gabatha's done that before, or at least, I mean, I don't think you've been
No.
around for it narrated before. I'm sure Gabatha might have done it before, but
I mean, she's been around the block, but she's probably sleeping no matter what. Because remember, she had a good long look at the cat's eye. So
So, sleeping Gabatha gets pulled through the portal at the back of the Celestial Finance branch and emerges in mid-view. Not too far away. Honestly, we're just a little bit, I guess, sort of northeast of Kedwell from here. So, when you arrive, the town you see is... Well, people are sort of rushing around in a bit of a panic, but what sort of dominates your vision as soon as you like get past all the people running around and stuff is the vast graveyard specked with towers and replete with tombstones that dominates basically the whole area around the town. The settlement itself is mostly grays and whites, with only a couple of grand structures that stand out from the rest. But people are trying to like hastily close up their shops and secure things down. You see people like moving through the crowd, obviously looking for other people, trying to meet up with their loved ones and friends and such. Up ahead, though, you see a small group that's clad mostly in gray and white, which seem to be sort of taking charge at least a little bit, directing others that are dressed similarly. Can I get perception checks?
Absolutely.
You
If this is
can.
noticed to notice a curse, I have a +2 to that as well.
It is not, unfortunately.
Is it a magically disguised creature? I don't know why I'm trying to argue for a 31 over a 29.
Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Okay. I'm sorry, random question, because I'm just now noticing I don't have it here on this sheet. Sirius, what's your Seeker specialization? Have you picked one?
Let me look. I don't remember, and I can't find it on
Okay.
World Anvil yet. I picked one.
Well, if you want to look at the list again and see if you're like able to figure out which one you picked, then that would be okay. Not a super big deal, but you're, I guess, missing out on some plus things to rolls and such.
Where is it in World Anvil again?
I'll DM you.
I feel like I'll probably remember looking at the list.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so you emerge out of this this banking branch. You see all this hubbub around, and Elantra and Sirius. Well, Gabatha probably is distracted by all of this going around, all these people rushing about. Maybe there's a couple that are too tall for you to see over, and it's sort of blocking vision a bit. Because if I recall correctly, Gabatha's not particularly tall.
she is not tall. She is. She prefers gravity near her. She's ground oriented, as we like to say.
I like that.
I think I took Chronicler on Sirius.
Okay.
Because I think I took Plains Master for Aram and wanted to do something different.
Okay. If that is the case, then scroll up a little bit, click on the Chroniclers of the Jade Oath, and you can pick a book. And you can bring a book with you.
Is that on the same page somewhere?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not even the right link.
You get the one that says how to kill big.
You want the Seeker's Athenaeum. That's what you want. That is slightly harder to find. I will send you that link.
Okay.
There you go. That has a list of books.
Thank you.
Okay. So, as I was saying, Elantra and Sirius, you both are drawn to the distance. And what you see in that distance is a sort of reddish brown figure coming up over the horizon. You can tell, even from as far away as you are, that this thing is massive. It's clearly humanoid in shape. You can't see all of it yet, but that much is obvious so far. And it appears to be plodding this way.
Everyone listen to the Attack on Titan team, please. As we,
I'm sorry, what was that?
everyone needs to listen to the Attack on Titan team.
Could I make some sort of knowledge roll to identify this thing?
You sure can.
What if I point the monocle to it? Or am I fully oblivious by it?
No, you're not fully oblivious. I'd just say you were a little bit distracted. But if someone points it out to you, obviously you can be made aware of it. So you can definitely point the monocle at
it. Dalf, I'm going to take Wilderness Tracking, a Seeker's Guide.
Okay.
Whatever that does.
Which knowledge roll would you like? Perhaps nature, arcana, planes?
I would say arcana.
My favorite. Uh, 22.
All right. Okay, so with a 22, you can tell that this is some sort of giant. And by that, I don't mean like a big thing. I mean literally the species giant. You're too far away to make out specifics. You don't have enough detail on it, but it is... yeah, it's the type of thing that you wouldn't want walking in your town, generally. I don't think you're going to get too much more than that, unfortunately.
Well, from what I can make out, it seems like the giant approaching.
Well, but you're pointing the monocle at it, yes?
Yeah.
Let's do this one. You hear in your mind as you gaze upon this creature through the monocle. It appears to be a storm giant, but there's something off about it.
I relay that to everyone around, and by everyone I mean I start screaming.
Just in general, just high pitched, top of your lungs sort of thing.
I start screaming to everyone what the thing just told me.
Okay. So, as Ivette screams that this is a storm giant, the rest of you, I imagine, look around at the rest of the party. Let's do a quick description of the characters that we have here, since again it's been a while.
Oh,
Let's roll initiative to decide who goes first.
let's do it. Look, are we wasting our good rolls?
Yeah, I'm into it.
We're warming up the dice. Okay. Wow, we rolled in order.
This is golf,
Yeah.
right? Okay. I mean, Elantra, you're going first, I guess.
Yes. Before you stands a lithe Eladrin high elf. Deep brown, nearly black hair, bushy eyebrows, deep set eyes that are rather than the agelessness that is so associated with the elven peoples, the eyes are sort of sunken and sleep deprived with horrific crow's feet. They dress in sort of dark navy robes and cloak with neutral brown and earth and grey tones beneath. They wear incredibly impractical shoes made of white leather, tapered to a point which curves upward. On their left hand, on the middle finger, is a brass appearing ring whose shape defies Euclidean geometry, both at a glance and then upon extended viewing. That's my elf, guys.
Nice. Sirius?
Sirius is a black-haired half-elf who wears some light-looking armor and has an exotic-looking sword on his hip. But he also carries around a rather thick-looking spell book. He has an amulet made of I actually don't remember what the description of it is, but made of the crystal we found in the previous adventure.
Yes, Black Mordry, a deep
Yes,
black
yes,
crystal with sort of specks as if gazing into the very stars.
Yes, what he said. He has that hanging around his neck, some practical boots, and a cloak with, on the inside of it, some subtle star designs.
Look at this guy with practical boots. Falling up from Elantra's ridiculous shoes.
Look, I didn't pick I did pick the ridiculous shoes, but you picked the ridiculous shoes when you made them a useful thing for me to wear. Which, speaking of...
Ivette.
It's me. Oh, that's a little tiny kobold. He's like 3 feet tall. He dresses as a waitress. is like a purple vest. It looks really fancy, but it's probably weared off already because he doesn't take it off. He spent a lot of money for it, and he has on his back this gun that I don't know how to explain that it's because like at this point everyone kind of know what it is around me, but it's still kind of like what the fuck is this? These like his horns. He has like horns on his head that kind of forms a crown, and then they go like they're big at the end of his head and go it gets smaller towards the start. He's blue. He has red eyes. The tip, the horns go from blue to white, and he's using like open toes sandals.
Wait, I didn't know that part.
No, it's just because everyone said what they're using on the feet, so I just he's using open toe sandals. I just
Okay.
learned something. It's canon
Is
now.
Ivette from California?
He's just using open toe sandals. Next adventure is gonna be using Crocs.
I think that's
Hey,
an
I mean,
ASHA violation, actually.
it's warm out. It's okay.
I feel like the Adventuring Safety and Health Administration has things to say about open
I
toes.
can't believe you remembered that.
Dalf, I don't just forget my throwaway jokes that I make you turn into canon. That would be mean. Since I remember them, your work has value.
Well, we are sadly missing their player, but today at least. But Crakus is also here, so I'll try and do this justice. But Crakus is a
He's bones.
yes. I mean, it's the risen skeleton of a human person, kept painfully clean, stark white, wearing a suit of well-kept armor, very polished, carrying a big old sword, a wispy blue eyes, seems to be donned in gear that is from a time long past, a little bit out of style, this armor.
Wait, does
Also-
Crakus have like glowing lights for eyes?
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
Crakus on my porch.
What's he wearing on his bone feet? Is he just walking around with his feet naked, like hidden?
It appears to be boots that are part of the armor, so they would be metal boots.
sun's out, toes out.
And bringing up the rear, Gabatha, what are you looking like today?
Okay, I am so happy that Gabatha got the last place because canonically I was thinking of her as absolutely being asleep until just now. Like,
Incredible.
yeah, like the shouting didn't really wake her up. It was just like, oh, where are we? So Gabatha is a little old lady. I just checked my bio sheet because I didn't remember what I wrote about her. She is 5'1", a nice 180 pounds. So she is a sturdy mountain folk kind of woman. She's got gray hair, gray eyes, and I want you to know that she has done some growth recently because she bought a different apron. So she's wearing a different little apron around her waist, which is a really big deal for her. She is always carrying a mixing bowl with a whisk in her hand. So when you look at the dough in the bowl, like it's actually really gross and old because her eyesight isn't like the best. So that like chocolate chip cookie dough is like really moldy. Like it's nasty, but it makes her whisk really heavy. And the last thing I think everyone's talking about shoes. I didn't think about Gabatha having shoes, but I do think she has to have shoes, like practically. Although I could see her barefoot in it too, but I think she's practical enough to know she needs to wear shoes outside of her home. I think she has like leather Mary Janes, which I did a stint in Catholic school, so like it's like the uniform, so it's like that sturdy little leather
said
shoe.
it, and I know exactly what shoe you're talking about as soon as you said Catholic
Yep.
school.
Yep. And it has like the little strap over. It has a little metal daisy on the side. And those shoes also are covered in mud.
I want to confirm Catholic school is a universal experience. Everyone gets this also?
Yeah, not really.
All right. Well, we'll figure out some source material for her shoes, but her shoes, it doesn't even matter what they used to look like because they are covered in mud. You can't see like her socks or anything because again she can't see that well, so she doesn't notice that her shoes are absolutely filthy.
Right. I mean, you got the apron that sort of droops down and makes it harder to see your shoes. There's lots of. It's not that
exactly.
big deal. Shoe-shaped mud.
I want to point out that I, in real life, was wearing an apron at the start of this because I had forgotten to take it off after making cookies earlier.
Wonderful.
It has my family crest and last name on it. I love it.
Perfect. Yeah, hers is covered with blood. Hers doesn't have a crest, but it does have a lot of blood on it.
Or it's strawberry. We may never know.
So having us reacquainted ourselves with the party that we're dealing with, and the threat on the horizon having been identified, at least to some extent, can I get a series of knowledge local checks from y'all to see what you know about the place you're in? Gabatha, you can make it with advantage for reasons.
For reasons.
Whee!
It's a pretty shit roll for me.
It's not one of my main knowledges.
A lot of people don't use it, but
it's not Arcana or Dungeoneering, basically.
Actually, local is up there with Arcana because Dolph uses it so often.
I
try and make use of all of them.
Yeah, it's hard for us to get engineering and geography in, but we've done it a couple times.
Okay, I was just checking to see if that half level was included in those rolls already, Gabatha. It looks like they are. So I think Gabatha and Ivette will both know this, or at least a decent bit about this place. That is really the dominant feature of Midview, also known as Barrowburg, is the giant fucking graveyard that surrounds the town, also known as the Great Hallowed Ash Fields. And really the whole town itself is sort of the seat of worship of Feromi on this entire continent. This is the predominant place where it is almost entirely folks here for religious reasons or to sell shit to religious people who are passing through. So yeah, what that means is lots of stuff to do with death. And there's also a big courthouse, and there's a grand sanctum for divination practices. And the Cinder Keepers, which was sort of name dropped in the message that you got for the contract, is the name of the sort of religiously bent town guard, basically. So, and I think Ivette will recognize that the group of people that were sort of directing folk around up ahead, you recognize them as Cinder Keepers by their gear. So they, at least from what you see where you are now, they seem to be the most in charge of anyone else. Everyone else is sort of rushing around, closing things up, trying to find out where they need to be going, etc. So what are y'all gonna do? What's the plan?
Sorry, did you say only a couple people recognize them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ivette is the only one that recognizes them as Cinder Keepers, but I think you can all clock that they seem to be taking charge more than anyone else.
Is there like towers and the high grounds and like weapons like ballistas or something?
So
Yes.
at a quick glance, the buildings immediately surrounding you, it's mostly just like houses and little shops and things like that. There's a couple of larger buildings that look like they have very specific purposes that are not defense. If you look further out, you see lots of little towers out in the ash fields. But I think you would know that those are not defensive purposes. Those are those contain like cremated people mostly. So those are filled with dead folks. There might be some defensive structures further out. You just can't see from here.
So after I start screaming, "It's a storm giant, it's something iffy about it," over and over again, I add to the screaming, "With the Seekers, we just got here!" I just tried to get someone from the guard thing. So
Okay, give me a diplomacy check to see if you can
some
pull their attention.
instructions.
There is far too much going on for your voice to be heard over the din of the town. It appears that you have gone unheard.
Uh-oh.
Do I see anyone that looks like they would be Alderman Fixus?
I mean, what do you think a person like? I mean, you don't have much information on the alderman, so what types of things are you looking for? I guess.
I'm looking for someone who has guards with them, is directing people, or is moving in the opposite direction of a lot of people fleeing.
Okay. Let's do a roll about that.
Love it.
I guess that's, if you're just going to look, it's going to be perception. If you're, I guess you can try and like ask around and turn it into a diplomacy if you'd like. Or you could go for a knowledge local if you want some specific information about this alderman that might help you find them or help someone else find them.
I have the same odds of perceiving as I do knowledge localing. I'm going to knowledge local about it.
Okay.
Why was that roll with advantage? Oh, I double clicked.
The first one was better anyway, so we'll just take that. With the 25, you've heard of this fella. I'm not sure why. Maybe you can come up with a reason why you might have heard of this alderman. But you know that they are a drow, which is a bit rare up topside. largely due to the fact that they don't like sunlight very much. They are, I guess they would be well known for wearing, like large, brightly colored hats with, big brims, like a chaperone hat with a large rondelle around it, if you know what that is, to sort of hide or cover their face a bit during the daytime.
Does the name Select Fixus come from Deep Speech?
Yeah.
Then I would know it because of that.
Okay.
I'd be able to guess that they're Drow or Dwergar or something.
Yeah, and there's definitely not a lot of Drow or Dwergar that live long term topside. And plenty come up, but
yeah,
having a position of import in a town on the surface is a bit unusual. So that's who you're sort of looking for. A Drow fella who is likely to be hiding themselves in some fashion from the daytime sun.
Are there any giant umbrellas?
There's definitely some. A lot of them are being closed up because they're part of stalls that people are trying to secure, because they're closing up shop to flee or take cover in one of the safer structures. Give me a perception check though to see if you can, look around at the ones that are still up and see if you might spot someone that's taking cover underneath them. Yeah, it's not an umbrella, but it's like behind a couple of carts that have umbrellas, there's an awning, and you see a person with a hat that's sort of like when you have a hat that has like a scarf around it that goes down to the chin, and you drop the hat back, so it's just sort of like hanging on the back of your neck. You see a drow like that with some like smoky quartz glasses on, sort of taking cover underneath an awning, and talking to a couple of people. This is like 70 feet away, probably. It's like down the road a bit.
So Gabatha notices this.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Gabatha doesn't have great sight. So I'm just going to say canonically, Gabatha's like, oh, that looks like a lovely place to be. We should go over there, and starts marching that way.
All right, so Gabatha marches off. Does anyone follow?
I think I follow where Gabatha's going and see the line and be like, okay, no, this is good.
Sirius follows, but more follows Elantra than Gabatha. Kind of follows both, but doesn't really start until Elantra starts as well.
I follow too. Still screaming.
Still screaming. Okay. So this is going to take you in the opposite direction of the Cinder Keepers that you saw before. But as you make your way over, I think Elantra, you become pretty confident that this is the Alderman. If it's not, then this town just has two drow that look like they're important in it.
Unheard of.
Pretty rare.
Alderman Fixus.
Yes?
We are the seekers you sent for. Hello.
Oh, glory, yes. You're here so quickly. Fantastic. I'm not really sure how you operate. I've never called any of your services in before, but and he points out in the distance at the figure that is growing on the horizon. You can see our problem. It seems our tip was accurate, unfortunately. Several of the Cinder Keepers have gone out, and I fear they will not come back. We're trying to get folk in town and secure locations, but they move in, or he moves in closer and lowers his voice a little bit. I don't think any of our structures will stand up to a creature of that size.
Right. Are you able to form any sort of defensive perimeter, or do we know anything about what this... did we say stone or storm giant?
Storm.
We suspect it to be a storm giant based on what we've seen so far. Do we know anything about what it could want?
We've never had any problems with giants before. I couldn't hazard a guess why one would be coming here. Don't they live in the oceans or something like that? What would one want with our little town of worship?
Know about storm giants?
I believe technically you're supposed to make a knowledge local check for storm giants. Or giants in general, because they're humanoid. Almost nothing, bud.
Dope.
Hey, how alike storm giants and trolls are? Because if they're very much like trolls, you don't need to worry about anything. They can't hit shit.
I mean, I know that's a joke question, but the real answer is they're not particularly like trolls. They're much bigger, much smarter. And they don't have the sort of regenerative properties that are so like iconic to trolls.
I think we should just leave it, let the city fall. So they have no plan, no like actual plan.
Truly, our plan was to call for help. I don't think any of our meager defenses or forces will be able to even slow that creature down.
Gabatha kind of cuts in and she puts some muffins in his hands. And she says, "Oh, I know this is very, very, very upsetting. Oh, I've had many a town be toppled by a giant. Have they said what they want? Has anyone communicated? I know you said no one's come back, but not even sending bones or blood."
I mean, like I said, we've sent people out and they haven't returned yet. I don't think they ever will, unfortunately. I'm not sure what those stationed on outposts might have done. We do have a couple. Perhaps they have more information, but I doubt it. I don't know we have anyone that speaks Jotun, even.
That's the giant language.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of us speak that?
Heck no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Unless something has changed recently with one of y'all. Yep. No one. Lots of elven speakers here, but I don't even think any of you speak Orcish or Goblin, which is similar in some ways to you, and you might be able to get by a little bit, but
No, I actually don't. Unfortunate.
yep, y'all would be completely lost with this language.
Sorry, I just had a daydream about going to pick a burger up off a porch.
What's the plan? Are we stopping the giant before he got here, or we're like fighting it here?
I think the greatest reduction to loss of life and property would be if we fought it outside of town.
Yes, I would much prefer you stop it before it reaches town. It will destroy everything here if it gets close, I fear. Look at the size of it. It's huge.
Sorry, in case I I don't know, in case I daydream for a second. Has anyone asked him explicitly why the giant is coming here? Like, I think he explained, but is there anything suggesting that he might be lying about not knowing?
You can make a sense motive to see if you think he's being truthful with you.
Absolutely. Gabatha is really good at sensing motives, said no one.
You're pretty confident that he's telling the truth. He seems genuinely afraid of this thing and what it would do to their town, and also seems to be honest about the fact that their local forces, the Cinder Keepers, do not have the equipment or training to deal with this thing.
I think my question was specifically he didn't know why the giant.
Right. Yes, he's being truthful about that. His answer was no, basically. No, they don't know why, but they haven't asked because they can't.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like we've got a pickle, but I think there's only one thing to be done. What's the fastest way for us to get out so we can talk to that giant friend of ours?
You can just take this road straight down. And he leans over and points. The road will take you most of the way there, I think, and then it seems to be the creature is past it a bit. So the road will turn. You'll just have to keep going straight. It'll become obvious once you're out there, I think.
Gabatha turns and looks to the rest of the party. And she says, okay, well, are we going?
Suppose it's a start.
It's a good start. Let's go.
He gathers himself really quick and then takes a couple of steps out in front of you, a couple of deep breaths, and then begins to shout, "Make way, make way!" to try and clear a path so you don't have to push your way through a crowd. People begin parting a little bit, making some space so you can get through the streets unimpeded.
Climate geography here.
I'm sorry, what was that? Something about geography?
Climate/geography are we walking into a plain, a field, or forest?
It is flat plains around here for the most part. There's little patches of trees here and there, but there's not even a lot of farmland around. This town is mostly subsisted by religious tourism and stuff like that, so it's mostly just flat open space surrounding once you get past the ash fields.
Grassy? Deserty?
Grassy.
Interesting.
So, any last questions, or y'all just gonna head out through the sort of opening in the streets that he has created.
How long is it going to take us to get there? Because I'm wondering if we should try to get like horses or something.
Horses would certainly speed things up. It's a ways out. It's like, I mean, it's not like miles, but it's maybe like a half a mile.
Is there somewhere we can, like, within sight get horses? Because if there are, Sirius will go get a horse. But if there's not, I think he'll probably just start walking.
You have a passive 22 perception. I'll say you can spot you spot someone who's guiding a couple of horses. They look like maybe they've just been detached from a cart or something, because there's a cart like parked nearby that's unhorsed. And he seems to be guiding them like down an alleyway. Maybe there's a stable back there or something, but you might be able to just grab his. He's guiding 2 horses.
Two horses, but we have 5 people here. Well, I'm just gonna start walking.
Yeah. I agree with the walking plan.
Gabatha's grabbing a horse to the benefit of the entire party because her little legs can't carry her that fast. So, but it will take her at least like 4 minutes just to get onto the horse.
So, all right, you're gonna step off to the side, and what's the plan? Are you asking this guy nicely? Are you hitting him over the head? Are you stealing it slyly? How are you getting this horse?
No. Gabatha made a dozen muffins today. She's got a plan. So she says, "Oh, hello, my dear. I'm part of that big old band of heroes, and we've got to go slay the giant. So if you don't mind, I'll just be taking this horsey along. That's a good lad." And she puts another half dozen muffins in his hand.
Give me a diplomacy with advantage. Everyone loves a good muffin, but this guy's a little bit confused and lots is going on. Of course. No shot.
Holy fuck.
Give me all the horses. Give me the barn too.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a hero point for that.
Incredible.
Skald doing Skald things.
We gonna roll so bad when I started fighting the fucking giant.
So, yeah, he like confused at first, but like glances at you, sees that you look like you can handle yourself a little bit, and then glances back and sees the rest of the group and has the muffins shoved in his arms and just goes, yeah, take it.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear aprons.
He'll even offer to help you get up on the horse if you'd like.
Oh, that's such. Oh, look at you with your manners. Someone must have taught you. She squeezes his cheek, and then she taps the other cheek, and then she hops on.
All right, you got a horse.
Woo!
Incredible.
Good luck, you hear as you trot off.
As he's shoving his face into muffins.
Those ones are good. They're cranberry orange.
Ooh, that does sound good. So Gabatha rejoins the group astride a horse that most of you don't know where it came from, probably.
Yeah.
Does Sirius recognize it as one of the horses from the carriage?
Yeah. I think you probably caught in your periphery some of what was happening.
I will say Gabatha keeps the horse to the rear, so she's probably at the back of the party.
Okay.
Notably, everyone except for the horse is walking faster than normal if they're within 20 feet of me.
That's true.
Oh yeah, because the boots.
Mm-hmm.
I am built to be carried.
So y'all continue through the streets, eventually passing that group of Cinder Keepers that has been sort of directing people around. You approach the edge of town proper, and begin to Well, you go out along a path, and there's a bit of space here. This seems to be one of the few areas immediately outside of town that isn't just ash fields. But you do see on either side these just like huge graveyards, tombstones all over the place. They're pretty well organized. They're in like regular sort of blocks, and each block has a little tower. But yeah, it's just as far as the eye can see to the left and right of you are these fields of graves. And up ahead, as you approach it and it approaches you, this huge figure begins to dominate your view.
How tall does it look now that we're close?
I mean, I guess you can ballpark it. It's more than 15 feet tall, probably.
Can it see us?
It seems likely, but it doesn't seem to be reacting in any particular way to people leaving the town.
Okay, so it's just like, it's chilling. Like not really doing
It
much.
just seems to be walking forward in a straight line.
Are storm giants usually this big?
Guy playing the Storm Giant NBA.
I'm gonna need a roll about it if we're gonna try and get more information about storm giants specifically.
Yeah, because the monocle says there's something odd about it. So
Yeah. So a knowledge local or a perception if we're investigating it further. Sorry, cat on the desk.
Hi, Leonard.
So unfortunately, you're not able to make out much in terms of details on this thing. Perhaps it's just a little bit of like the sun behind it. So you mostly just see darkness on this part of the figure. But what you do clock, I bet, is on the, I guess just past the road, you do see a little like watchtower thing and a couple of figures running towards the giant.
How far off are those figures from us?
yeah, I'm gonna
A couple 100 feet.
we should go there.
Yeah. Yeehaw!
Let's go.
Are we picking up the
Yeah,
pace, or are you
let's go.
continuing to walk?
We
We're hustling.
Pick up the pace.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
What indeed?
Who likes to move slowly and carefully? Come on, we're adventurers.
Gabatha has a point.
It just sounds very urgent.
So you continue at a quickened pace, keeping your eye to the figures that you saw, the people running towards the giant. As you start to get a little bit closer, you're at this point coming up on the tower that they perhaps left from, and you see the giant lean down and sweep its arm, and a shape goes flying through the air, landing on the ground with a metallic thwap. A little puff of dust out in front of them, or out around them, in front of you.
Any ideas, anyone?
We getting closer to the people.
Yeah, I think we book it to the people.
Yeah.
All right, as you get up now to the tower, and I guess one thing I neglected to actually, you're close enough now. I'll get you the full description of this beast as it becomes clear what you're dealing with. It is the thing that is off about it that you couldn't make out from afar are the decaying muscles and rotting flesh.
Oh, neat.
Its bronzed skin has taken on a sort of tarnished look, and its eyes a soulless white. Only a few strands of black matted hair remain. It's wielding a sword at its side that is rusted and broken. Its armor is slightly discolored. The flesh around its joints disproportionately deteriorated, revealing bone in places. What was once a living giant has since been raised as this undead monstrosity with seemingly a singular purpose as it continues to march toward Midview. And as it does, you see it brings the sword arm across and sweeps, and the remaining people up ahead of you are thrust at alarming speed into a patch of trees.
We've got to go attack it, right? Like,
This is a wide one, I guess. So zoom out, scroll to the right.
Wide map.
I see.
So you all are about here.
I think my Roll20 just died.
Give me arrange yourselves in whatever marching order you like. I guess the giant is about there. Maybe there.
I think we'd probably switch Crakus with Ivette. We're going for maximum tactical.
My Roll20 died. It's loading again because I was not seeing the map.
Wait, where's the giant on this map?
Scroll to the right.
The giant has 3 legs, right?
No, it's
Nope.
still like
The
in a
giant
dick.
is bipedal.
Damn it. Are giants reptiles?
No, I think you'll find they are not.
Are you sure?
That's amazing. I think they kind of are, though,
Wait,
right?
why is there a
It's
tilde
okay,
on the damage type?
Because I typed it by
Or
hand.
not a tilde, a backtick. Same key as the tilde.
I guarantee it's because I typed it by hand.
You mean you didn't find destroy vertical reptile in the compendium?
No, I couldn't find destroy vertical reptile in the compendium. It's the best spell. I mean,
Oh, it's on this side. Oh, it's
So
close.
is this what we're looking at?
Yeah,
Formation
yeah.
wise?
it's about 80 feet from us right now.
Yeah, I think this is our formation.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
Okay. Then I need initiative rolls from everyone.
Hell yeah. I prepared the right spells for this. Fuck me.
Didn't prepare the right initiative rolls though.
I don't remember spell.
My internet is struggling.
Everyone pray for Welby's internet. What is your
Where's-
dex, Sirius?
Why is it telling me?
If it's complaining about initiative tracker, ignore it.
No, it's like when I try to open my sheet, it just say like, how do you want to create this character? Because it's like,
That's not expected.
yeah, it's because of our connection to the server has been interrupted.
Ah.
I'm gonna roll my initiative for me so I don't hold up the whole thing.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out what this 2 temp initiative was from. It's from your Gunslinger's
Yeah,
initiative
it's a
thingy.
Gunslinger thing.
Self,
Okay.
my roll 20 sheet did not update with the spells that I updated in World Anvil.
Did you not? I thought I added them all.
Don't think so.
Oh, what are you missing?
One is
I'm
called like Dream Haze or
I'm
something.
going to restart my internet real fast.
Okay.
Read the ad break real quick then. This initiative roll is brought to you by Atomic Burger on Veterans Boulevard. Try their new 3-slider combo. You can try each of their main 3 burger types, including their jam burger made with a delicious jam of caramelized onion and bacon, their green chile burger, or the classic Atomic Burger. They also now have both a mild chicken slider and a Nashville-style hot chicken slider. Try it now. That's Atomic Burger on Veterans Boulevard.
Thanks for that.
I mimed like I'm holding a piece of paper, but there's no camera for you to see that and no piece of paper in my hand. I hope I gave you the cadence of awkwardly reading a piece of paper, though. Also, I guess now you know where I got dinner from.
Oh, nice. Okay, Haze of Dreams is not added because it is not in the compendium, and I was lazy. I didn't want to type, so I will type right now. If we want to
You
take
don't
a
have to
quick
type.
bathroom break while Webby's restarting his internet anyways.
Really good call.
Okay, sounds good.
I could pee.
I could do a pee.
Feels very personal.
Oh yeah, feats. I forgot she got feats. I didn't check her feats. Hmm.
I'm back. Hello. No bonus answered. I'm gonna go get a drink.
I'm here. I was just walking around, so I didn't have my push to talk.
I'm also here.
Hello?
I'm back again.
Why are you shit, internet? Some all the days to be shit on.
Brasil campeão del mundo.
Please. It's like loading forever.
Fun, be safe.
Dude, what the fuck?
Welcome back.
Yep.
I think so. Maybe.
Welby has been talking intermittently. He's also on mute right now.
I'm sorry, Sirius, I asked what your dex mod was, and you told me, and I wasn't paying attention.
Wait, were you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear Sirius, and I didn't remember telling you my Dex mod. So
Oh.
I assumed you weren't. I assumed you weren't talking to me. My
Well, I
Dex
am.
mod is a 2.
Okay. Lucky you.
Oh, I am tied with the giant, aren't I?
Not anymore, you're not. Welby, are you there? If you're having problems with Roll20, if you can see the map, I can pilot your sheet. If you can't see the map, if it's just fully not working, you can watch through stream, and again, I can pilot your sheet and like move your token and stuff.
It's loading again. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys.
That's
No
okay.
worries, it's not your fault.
Internet happens.
Yeah, no worries. Not your fault.
So, before you stands this massive creature, some 20 feet tall. Skin sort of sloughing off, bits not all there, decaying body as it is. Right before you is the what's left of one of the Cinder Keepers. You can now make out. To not get into too much detail, they're no longer in the shape they're supposed to be.
Cool.
Heading up the group is Ivette, followed by
Oh.
Gabatha.
Get him.
That's what I wanted. A good roll on my initiative check when I'm having troubles. Let me see if I can open something else. Open the stream or something.
So the giant right now is about 90 feet away from you.
I mean the models operantes, the like the standard for I've had is to hide and then try to shoot a shot something. So it's probably gonna stay there. It's the Roton is still loading, but I opened the stream so I kinda can see it.
Okay.
So maybe try to try to hide. But also far as fuck, right?
So the quickest place to hide would be like behind these hedges right behind you.
Yeah, behind the hedges, right? It's probably, yeah. Probably try to hide there. Try to get stealthy. And then try to shoot from here. I don't know.
Okay.
Sniper related.
So you hop behind a hedge and we'll make an attempt at a stealth. Okay. All right. So you've taken cover and you can pop off a shot from here.
Yeah.
Your range is not that good though.
Yeah. I had another idea, but it's not gonna work. It's as unlikely as shooting the thing. There's like the finals for a soccer game, so there's fireworks. A lot of fireworks.
Okay, this is 5 range increments away. So this is going to be at a -10. But because you've upgraded your gun, you are still targeting touch AC, so it's Gonna completely
Crossbow.
ignore that breastplate that this thing's wearing.
Oh.
And if I remember correctly, sneak shot will work because you're coming out of stealth. Shift shot will not because you're too far away.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
okay.
shift shot is the one that you have to be within like 30 feet or something, right?
Yeah. It's 1d6 does, and the other one doesn't. I just remember that.
Okay. So that attack is a 9 because of the range you're at.
Yeah.
And as you crack off this shot, your eye follows the... and I'm sorry, is this a regular bullet or a... What do you have loaded right now?
It's the fire one.
Okay.
The one that, yeah. I just bottom.
As you follow the bullet through the air, you see it impact on the breastplate, but you see that it blows up. You know, it bursts its little flame, and using that as a sort of guide, you can tell that it didn't quite make it through the armor. It's so close, but it is stuck, like right embedded in that breastplate on this huge creature. So that's gonna be all for your turn, I believe.
I think so.
Which brings us to Gabatha.
Yay, Gabatha. Okay. Gabatha feels like this horse was a gift and she doesn't want the horse to get eaten. So Gabatha is also going to back up to that hedge situation, but not before casting. It doesn't actually matter. The order, what's it called? Heightened reflexes. So,
Okay.
so basically, all of my allies get a +10 competence bonus on a single reflex saving throw. And they decide when to use the bonus or whether to use it before making the roll. And then when they use it, then the spell ends for that individual. So each of you gets that little +10 in your back pocket if you need.
Okay. So yeah, so one reflex save within the next 5 minutes you can throw a +10 on.
Yep.
Dope.
And that's Gabatha's turn. So she's going to go over to those bushes. Can she also get off her horse in the same turn, or is that a separate turn?
Yeah, I'll say you can hop off your horse at the
Thank
end
you.
of your movement. So you want to stash the horse behind the bushes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you join Ivette behind the decorative hedge, sandwiched between that and the tower. Which brings us to Crakus, who I am perhaps going to play a little bit safer than
Nice, it
they
opened.
would,
It opened my sheet.
but let's see. Elantra, refresh my memory. The boots are +10 to the speed or +5 to the speed? I think it's 10, right?
+10.
Yeah, nice. I think Crakus is going to head for the trees, the cover of this little patch of trees, and try and hide. Actually, they'll probably just move twice so they can get a proper hiding spot. Maybe back there. Sirius.
Mage tank. Let's see, how far is he?
It's like 80 or 90 feet from you. 85 feet from you.
He is. I'm gonna start walking that way. I'm gonna cast a spell, I think. Let me make sure I prepared it. I did. I'm going to cast the shield spell.
Okay.
And just walk up to there, which is 40 feet. Because the boots are 10, right? So.
Yep.
So I think that's all I can do.
Okay, and before Elantra is our big guy. My turn.
I don't think so.
I don't like this.
I don't think so. I think
he actually left the oven on and has to go home.
True.
So, this lumbering creature, having just swiped a group of Cinder Keepers aside into the trees, is actually going to turn towards the trees. It takes a couple of steps forward, its leg knocking over one of these trees sort of haphazardly, and then it raises both of its arms up and slams them down, just sort of in the center of the tree patch, and swipes to the side. And you see a bunch of the trees begin to just fall over. So let's see if I have I don't know how best to do this. All those trees are gone. They just begin to tip and fall to the sides, one by one.
Oh.
Thump, 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 thump. The creaking of wood filling the air. And that's going to be our big guy's turn. Elantra.
Right. So, I don't like how upright this guy is. So, let me just double check the range on this real quick.
You can a magic missile him.
What do you mean? I got one move. It's really great. I'm gonna use a toppling spell, magic missile. To knock him on. Actually, first prescience. Great.
Okay.
Useful. And then magic missile. So I got 3 of these. So I actually need to roll 3d4 plus 3. And what is
You also need to roll your other thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting to that down.
Okay.
Where is meta magics on my character sheet? Toppling spell.
They'd probably be under feats.
Yeah.
But you might have a version of magic missile with all that stuff on it already.
If the target takes damage, fails at saving throws, move by a force spell, make a trip check against target with using caster level plus your casting ability score bonus. Okay, so that's...
Okay, so you're making a combat maneuver check, basically.
Yes.
You're going to roll 1d20 plus your intelligence mod plus your level.
My level is 6. My intelligence mod is 4.
So that's...
I'm going to use the 6 for my prescience to make that a 16.
Okay. You're trying to best the combat maneuver defense of a an undead storm giant. It appears completely unfazed by your feeble attempt.
I suspected as such.
What was the damage though? 7. That's our
7
damage
force
total.
damage.
That does at least seem to connect.
Then does it benefit me to move? Really? Yeah, I'm at least gonna move up. I'm gonna move up 25 feet so that Sirius can get the speed bonus.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Back up to the top. Ivette. Yeah, you just shot at this guy. It looks like he's in trees, but they're all down on the ground, so he's unobscured currently.
Do I see something different now that it's close?
I mean, he's not that much closer. What specifically are you looking for?
I have this weird theory that this thing is not real.
As in an illusion?
Maybe not an illusion because shit is stuck into it. It's not just going through, but it makes like a summoning thing. I don't know. Like, because like,
Oh,
is that
okay.
ocean close?
It's not super far, but you're certainly not super close.
Yeah, because you said that they're ocean shit, right?
Yeah.
It just feels like it's something that it shouldn't be here.
So if you still have the stream open, I brought up the map.
I have the Roll20 open right now.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if you would like to bring up the map, you can see Midview is... It's not far from the ocean, but it's still like a good hike for this thing to have walked out of it.
There's something easy. There's something.
If you'd like to make like a knowledge arcana or something to see if you can like determine if it was a summoned creature or something.
Sure. Click it. Okay.
Yeah, you can't tell.
And I change my hiding place to here. Just so it's getting like.
Yeah. Yeah, you can restealth.
Yeah. And do I roll stealth again?
Yep. Yeah, you got to roll for it. Ain't nothing free.
Did I click it? I think I click it, but it's just taking a long time to roll. Did it show up anywhere?
No, it's not coming through.
Yeah, I clicked it.
Oh, there they
I
go.
clicked it twice. Yeah, it's
We'll take the first one.
Yeah. Well, I'm
So
finished.
you are this hedge.
And I shoot through the hedge just because I'm very into the hedge now, and then it's just gonna be funny.
Absolutely.
Did I get my stuff? Just one, right?
Yeah. This will the thing's closer now, so I think it's only 80 feet away from you. So this is only -8, but it's yeah, only a -8. But you still won't get your shift shot. So that comes out to an 8. Once again, you see the bullet embeds itself into the armor, not quite able to break through. At least not from this distance.
Okay. That's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
I
a
have
movement
much.
and an attack. Okay, that brings us up to Gabatha's turn. Okay, Gabatha is going to start a raging song.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so this is a sort of Skald version of Bardic Performance. So what this is going to do essentially is optionally, everyone within range, which is going to be all of you unless you get pretty far away, can at the start of your turn determine whether you are going to take the effects, or if you're not going to. And what it does. Wait, why do I not have what it does listed in here? I just have all the shit around it. Well, what it does is it gives you a +2 to strength, a +2 to con, a +2 to will saves, a -1 to AC, a +3 to all other saves, which stacks with a +2 to will. So it's a total +5 to will. But if I remember correctly, you cannot cast spells or do other things which require concentration while under the effects. So you can basically at the start of your turn turn it on and off for yourself. If you'd like, you should have a buff on your sheet. If you do not, let me know. I will add it for you.
I don't think I do. I have haste.
Okay. Yeah, I guess only the people who are on Bone Drinkers have it, which is
True.
everyone here except for you and Crakus, I guess. So that's going to be all of Gabatha's turn, though. She begins this song to buff everyone around. Oop.
Excellent.
Give me a moment to add these this buff to people's sheets.
Focus. Welcome, Thomas. Oh.
Okay, you should see it on there, Welby.
I do. Wait. Okay, I do.
It's called Inspired Rage, yeah.
Yeah. Fun.
Okay. Crakus' turn is next, so sorry, you're gonna have to wait again. I was hoping while I look up this little thing that someone else could go, but nope. Okay, yeah. If you choose to take the effects of the rage, you can't use any charisma, dex, or intelligence-based skills, except for acrobatics, fly, intimidate, ride, or use any abilities which require patience or concentration, which is spellcasting and the like.
Oh no.
But hefty buffs for your saves and some of your ability scores. So
It's a cool buff.
Crakus, from what's left of this patch of trees, is going to stealth at the start of his turn, which is a fucking nat 20.
We might not kill this thing, but he's not gonna find us.
And then he's gonna, I think he can make the distance. He's gonna have to charge out of stealth, which I'll let him do because it's a nat 20. Oh my god.
Let's
my-
go.
This okay. Okay.
Hell yeah.
We are rolling well today. Oh, I wanna crit so bad. Critting with the gun is so fun.
So Crakus explodes from behind this tree with alarming speed, darting forward at this giant way faster than this huge form can react to, and slashes across its like shin with this huge greatsword. The 7 on the crit confirm is tragic. It means this is not an actual critical hit, but it is a hit. So it's going to be 9 damage. You see it as the blade cuts through this rotting flesh with ease. And that is going to be, oh, I'm sorry, this should be, charge. I'm trying to refresh myself on charges. I believe you get extra damage on charge, or is it just to the attack roll?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, it's just the attack roll. You only get extra damage if you are a Minotaur and you're using your horns. Or another creature with a similar ability. Okay. That is Crakus' turn, which brings us to Sirius, and then the giant's going right after that.
Sirius is going to, I already measured it out. He can walk up to right here. And
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp on the way.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and hit him. Wait, actually, wait, hang on. Before I try and hit him. Where is this? Can I spend a swift action on the way as well?
I believe you casting your spell is your swift action.
Oh, is it?
We can check.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Mm-hmm.
So, wouldn't the spell become my attack essentially, or no? I thought it did.
I'm trying to remember. The thing with mages is so many of their abilities are named very similarly, so I can't keep them straight in my head, which makes it harder to
They
find
are.
the specific rule that I want. They're all like spell strike, spell combat, spell books.
Spell strike and spell combat are the two big ones for how
Yeah.
it functions.
You also have your Arcana. I don't think your blade does anything with this right now, right?
No, I'm not trying
Doesn't
to do anything
impact your
with my
spell
sword.
casting.
I mean, I can look into it later and see. I thought I could do it, but maybe I can look and make sure later and just not do the swift action this time. I was just gonna try and keen my sword as well, but I'll do it later.
Is it we can say you did it last turn if that smooths things over for you because you didn't use all of your
I cast
actions
shield
last
turn.
turn. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll just let you do it.
No, okay.
So, what are you using your swift action for? I think I cut you off when you were saying what you're doing, anyways.
Oh, I was using the swift action to +1 keen my sword.
Okay, gotcha.
But I'm assuming I missed.
So a 19 against normal AC.
Plus like 3 or 4 if he's wearing metal, if he has metal, but
oh yeah, this is Shocking Grasp. He's wearing a metal breastplate. You only needed a +1 to hit him, so we don't need to look up the specifics of how much Shocking Grasp does for that. That's going to be a hit then.
He's dead forever.
The electric charge from your Jesus Christ, 26. The electric charge from the spell guides your blade to find purchase on this huge guy. Okay, so your sword is 14 slashing. The Shocking Grasp is 26 damage. Christ on the cross. That's 40 damage.
It is.
Holy fuck.
And it all seems to go through.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't like butt.
as this explosion of electricity goes off, a huge chunk of flesh separates off of this creature's leg and falls out, revealing beneath a number of brown worms, 2-3 feet long, covered in gore and glistening with mucus. They fall out of the giant's frame, curling up before rolling over to right their engorged bodies. Their heads are dotted with white eyes, and long tendrils are groping out from around their mouths, searching for flesh. And give me a moment. I gotta add them to the thing.
A quick question. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're gross, dude.
They're nasty.
And they're surrounding you.
Okay, well, this makes my turn potentially good now. I got 2 good things I could do.
Fireball all of them.
That is one of the good things.
Let's number these goofy little guys.
Goofy goobers.
One of them is going right now.
Boo.
That sounds illegal.
So one falls like right next to your leg, Sirius, and it rolls over quickly, and its little tendrils around its mouth grope and grasp over your leg and move up towards your torso. You feel it trying to bite you. 17.
Thanks to the shield spell, no.
Okay. So you're able to resist its attempt to bite. It's still got its little tendrily thingies on you, but they're not like impeding you in any way. They don't have like a strong grasp on you. But they're gross. I think that's your whole
They are
turn,
gross.
yeah?
That is my whole turn, yeah.
Well, that makes it my turn.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless your turn, they're gonna self-combust into flames and die, then it could be your turn.
Unlikely.
But
But
possible.
not impossible. So you say there's a
I
chance.
guess, to be fair, it's also possible that rocks fall and we die, so.
True. He's going on a straight line.
The giant is... It moves on from the patch of trees. It locks its vision towards the tower.
Oh no.
And as it begins to charge forward, its leg just sweeps past Crakus. Oh boy. It's a very big number. So Crakus is going to fail that by more than 5. Which means... as this leg comes by, it's just going to flatten your skeletal friend.
Oh. I like that.
He's going to take 27 points of bludgeoning
Holy
damage.
fuck.
Oh, we're all so dead.
Oh, math. Ew, gross. Stream math. That's bad. 19, I think, is what he's at now. 46 minus 27. Someone check my work.
Yep.
And prone.
Go for the tower? Is there something in the tower? I should be even fucking inside the fucking tower.
And while it's at it, it's going to just sweep an arm to the side and knock over this tree.
Just for funsies?
Mm-hmm.
Regular lumberjack, this guy.
Yeah. Elantra.
Okay. Well. Let's see. Man, that last turn I did was pretty cool, huh?
Extremely effective.
Here's my prescience roll. Great. Love it.
Very good.
At least he's out of your friends. You can just fireball his ass.
Funny you should mention. What is the... For some reason, I feel like I want to hold on to Fireball. I'm gonna do another toppling magic missile.
Okay.
Please spell jutsu.
So, I'll do that combat maneuver first, which is plus my intelligence and my level. That should do it.
Give me an intelligence check. Just flat intelligence. Hey, you might get it eventually. But so far, it is unfazed by your toppling attempts.
Well, whatever, man. It still takes 10 points of force damage.
Okay.
I want to go inside the tower because he looks like he's going to the tower, but he also going into the tower.
Worst thing that could happen.
He breaks the tower down with me inside.
Nah.
Is that your turn, Elantra? Are you going to do a move or?
I gotta roll my thing.
Yes, you do.
I have a button. Does the button actually do it?
Looks like it does.
Wow, look at that.
Why is it on damage?
Weave break.
I think I couldn't figure out how to get it to be a regular roll
Oh, okay.
modifier. So the damage is 1d20.
Do you have your? It's a +1 on that, right? And this is a first level spell.
This is technically a second level spell because of the whatever it's called thing.
The meta magic.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so it's very close, but not quite.
It's edging.
Yeah, edging.
I guess in theory I could have substituted it for the natural one as well. I'm going to then move to move this way towards the tower so that Ivette and Gabatha can run away should they choose to.
Okay.
The bonus movement. There's like 2 imaginary elastic bands, one pulling me to the front line so that Crakus and Sirius can have help, and one pulling me to the back line so Gabatha and Ivette can.
Well, speaking of Crakus and Sirius, there's another worm, and Crakus, it's gonna, or not Crakus, Sirius, it's gonna come for you again.
Makes sense.
It's gonna fail. But boy, are they trying. That shield really putting a damper on my gross little worm's attempts.
It is.
Oh, next screen.
But Ivette, that brings us up to you. The giant appears to be heading your way, having just walked through Crakus.
If I shoot from here, do I still get my shit? My sneaky shit? Or do I need to move, hide again? And
You need to move and rehide.
Okay. We have 40, right? Because of the shoes.
Leonard, no,
Get an extra
stop.
10 feet.
Can I hide behind Elantra? Is that a thing?
No.
What if I billow my cloak out really far?
I'm sorry, no. You gotta be like 2 size categories bigger to hide behind them. You can hide behind a horse. They're large, technically.
He's going on
To
a
be
straight
fair,
line.
Ivette's small and I wear a size large.
Isn't this a hideable spot behind this tree?
No, that tree was knocked down at the end of the
But I'm
giant's last
very
turn.
small.
No, you cannot hide behind a fallen log.
I really want to hide somewhere and then shoot because I wanted to dump all the damage I can quick, but I don't think there's possible. Can I move to like here? It's like 35, like here. And then shoot it?
Yeah, you can shoot from there.
There's not a bush. There's not. It's just
Yeah.
plain, right?
Yeah, it's just a normal shot.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot at it. Without
Okay,
any
this
of
is
my
minus
shit.
2.
Wait, is it still on the
Yeah,
thing?
you're slightly outside 20 feet.
Oh, sure.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of dice.
I know.
Okay, that hits easily though this time.
Oh, that would be such a cool round to dump all my damage on it.
So the shot rings out. This time from out in the open, no longer trying to hide or anything. And it bursts through the armor this time. That extra distance seemed to really be making the difference. And the little burst of flame goes off. The bullet even pops out the opposite side of this creature's body. But you see that it doesn't quite do as much damage as you were expecting.
Fucked up, bro.
Okay. Is that my turn? I think it is, right?
Yeah.
I wave my hands elusively so he cannot perceive me as a stealth.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes for you.
Now for back-to-back Dalf rounds.
Well, one of them is going to be quick, I think, but I don't know what I'm going to do for Gabatha yet. Unfortunately, she's first. Okay, give me a moment. I'm reading spell lists and stuff.
I'm pretty sure they just died. All the enemies. To make it clear.
They definitely did.
Well, so she's going to maintain her song as a free action for sure. And then I think cast Silent Image to create a like a copy of herself. Oh, the range on this is very long. A copy of herself that's like jumping up and down and trying to get attention. Over there. And then she's gonna move. Okay. Crakus is gonna stand up. Which will provoke from one of the worms. Which, of course, rolls extremely well this one time. So it's going to bite for 6 damage. I'm really not trying to kill their character today, but...
Guy who controls the whole world.
No.
And Sirius, you see as it goes to bite, its little mouth tendril thingies wrap around and are trying to latch on.
Good luck, little worm. He's a skeleton.
13. Okay, and Crakus is going to be able to brush them off It's his like thin bones not giving it quite as much purchase. It's used to grasping onto fleshy things. So it doesn't quite catch. And then Crakus is gonna try and kill the worm.
Wait, you said my damage didn't quite went through, right? Like it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't do as much as you were expecting.
This shit it's something else. It's magical apparition. I don't know.
So the as the worm's like grasping all over Crakus's legs, he brings his great sword down right through the center of the thing for 11 points of damage.
To Sirius?
No, to the worm.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which leaves the worm looking fucked up, but still very much alive. And then... oh, it's the other worm's turn. What fun.
I think so.
They're one note, though. 21, does that hit you, Sirius?
21, unfortunately, yes.
Dope.
Barely.
That's gonna deal 5 points of damage, and it's gonna try and grab you. That's a nat 20 on its attempt to grab you. I love
I
it.
don't like this. Don't like this.
It's a 27 total against your combat maneuver defense.
Is that a roll or just like a thing?
No, it's just a number.
Static
Oh,
number.
yeah.
I'll be surprised if it's 27 or higher.
It's not. It's 20.
Okay. That means you are grappled, my friend.
Man.
And it brings us directly into your turn. So, as a grappled creature, basically all you can do is try and get out.
I will do that then. How do I do that?
You can attempt a combat maneuver check, or you can make an escape artist check. And your options are break the grapple or become the grappler. If you succeed. If you fail, you're still grappled. I guess you can also, if you have any actions you can take without hands or arms, you can do those as well.
I probably don't. So I use my CMB then, if it's higher than escape artist.
Yeah, CMB.
Oh, good roll.
But is it good enough?
It's just a worm. It doesn't even have a lot of like arms and shit.
It is just barely not good enough.
Oh shit! I cursed
Excellent.
it.
Real.
So that's my turn, I guess.
There should be a grappled condition on your sheet, by the way, because there's some penalties involved. Not a praise.
I am grappled.
Yeah, that's it. That appraised.
Okay. And truly, you were extremely close. If not for those, the stat penalties from being grappled, you would have broken out.
I accidentally clicked appraise, I guess, but you know, I'm appraising the worm.
Appraising your current situation.
Current situation, shit.
That makes the Giants' turn.
I don't think so.
No, I have it written down in Discord. It is, in fact, the Giants' turn.
No, I don't think so.
Goes Ivette, Gabatha, Crakus, Worm 1, Sirius, Giant, Elantra, Worm 2.
Nah.
You have the initiative order written down?
Yeah, I wrote it down. It's useful to know.
Oh, okay.
See, Focals.
continues walking forward and brings its arms around to the side, great sword in hand, and swings against the side of this tower. And you hear the cracking of stone.
I don't like the cracking of stone.
There's a bit of a rumble. There's the tower shifts. It does that thing where like it didn't break at the ground level, so it like slides off of the bits that are still rooted in the foundation, and so it slams down just a couple of feet before it begins to fall. So Elantra, it is your turn. This tower is falling actively.
Which direction is it falling? Like, am I in danger of it hitting me?
This
or-
way.
I'm probably safe. Well, I
guess rare opportunity to make a knowledge engineering check. If you want to be very certain of where it's going to fall, you can probably figure it out. Okay, a quick appraisal of this tower.
Oh, you want to praise too?
No, I don't. It's very expensive. So it's like shifted off of the foundation parts already, but it's a round tower. It might do a little bit of a roll, and if it does, it'll probably be towards you. You're still pretty confident it won't hit you right here, but it'll be damn close.
I'm gonna just inch over this way a little bit, kind of backing up. And as I do, I reach into a pouch tied to my belt, and I smear across my palm a sort of black and white, almost gummy paste, and then face that forward with my left hand, smear on the palm, and take what appears to be just a little bit of metal and flick it across the palm of my hand, from outside to inside. And a small bluish purple spark flies from my hand until it reaches about right here. At which point a 20-foot radius explosion happens as I cast Fireball.
I neglected to mention that a little worm fell out of this guy, out of the giant on this turn, but it's about to get fireballed, so probably won't matter too much. 20 damage. This is a reflex save for half. Let's see. Fail from the giant.
Nice.
Pass from the worm. Look at that.
What the fuck?
I imagine I angled it up a bit, so it makes sense.
Yeah, fair. Make me this isn't really a knowledge thing, it's more of just a magic thing, but make me an Arcana roll. I want to see if this fireball is if you roll high enough, it'll push the tower a little bit away from y'all with the force of the explosion. Okay.
Bro.
It was so close to being on the 18.
It was almost a 28, and instead it's a 12.
Yeah, unfortunately, that you angled it a little bit, like, I don't know, too far and up towards the like shoulder area of this giant, so it doesn't quite have any effect on the tower.
That's
Yeah,
plus 3, and that was a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, you got plenty of headroom on that. So this is 20 damage to the giant, 10 damage to the worm.
Fuck, how much HP does this fucking giant has?
Lots.
If it even has HP.
Well, of course it does.
And we've done what 77 points of damage to it so far between Sirius and I, and then your damage, which appeared to be like halved or whatever,
Reduced in some way.
reduced in some way.
I was like, I don't know. Maybe we're shooting against like a weird concentration check. Though the someone that fucking summoned this shit. I don't think this thing is just. It's too focused on shit to be just.
Right, it's not mindless undead. It's clearly, or I mean, it is, but it has some other thing driving it besides just like, I hate living things.
Yeah. Did he stopped on the tower? Like, does he wants the tower going down?
Oh, the tower's going down.
Do we hear screaming? from the
After
tower
this
inside the tower?
explosion, the fresh corpse swarm is going to take its go.
The what now?
Corpse worm?
The fresh one you said?
Yeah, the one that fell out last round.
Corpse swarm.
Number 3. It's going to do a little wriggle towards you, Elantra.
I bet it
There's-
is.
A cheeky
There's no
little
way.
wriggle.
There's no way he's this. Oh wait, no, they don't get the boots, right?
They're legless, so no, they don't.
Yeah.
You are unfortunately its exact speed away, so it's going to get an attack at the end of this.
Yeah, no shot it hits my AC though.
Yeah, you don't have mage armor up or anything, right? Oh my god. 6.
Misses.
Carry on.
Good shit.
What are the fucking chances?
It was only 5 away from hitting me.
The Joker with 11 AC doesn't get hit by the little squirmy guy. Anyway, it's the other corpse worm's turn now. Over on the other side of the pool. So this is the one that attacked Crakus last. It did not get a grapple on Crakus, but it did get stabbed. I think it's going to see that Sirius is grabbed though, and try and take advantage and do a grab on itself. So bite first, 18. Sirius, does that hit you?
I think no because of shield, but I don't know because I don't play Sirius.
Hello.
Oh no, it's dead. Today's been a rough day, huh?
Rab.
I'm also like so out of it and actually very sorry because I'm very tired. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh. Hello.
Oh, okay. Was that a manual disconnect?
It was. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
There you go.
'Cause I like it was went garbly for a second, and then it sounded like you couldn't hear me talking, but I could still hear you.
Oh, yeah, we heard nothing.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Well, I can hear you. So,
Excellent.
but what happened to me?
Does an 18 hit your AC?
It doesn't.
Buck shield, man. My grubby little plans.
It would have hit me and I don't have shield. That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going. They're going after incidentally going after the spellcasters, really, who they're supposed to be able to hit.
It would have hit me without shield too.
Well,
It would have hit me with shield.
I bet.
Me.
We're back up to you. There's a little worm crawling towards Elantra. There's a tower that's falling. There's a giant charging towards town still.
Question. When shit is engaged with another shit, I get my shit, right?
No.
I don't?
No. You don't get you can't flank from range. Unless you have the teamwork feat. You and the person engaged have the teamwork feat that let you flank from range.
I thought I just got my sneaky shit from
That's
it.
5th edition, mate.
That's sad. So the giant, it doesn't take as much damage on me. I guess I would just shoot the worm right here, try to take it out of Elantra. Because Elantra is magic. Magic apparently does more damage. So I'm gonna just shoot at the worm. I'm gonna shoot at the worm and I'm gonna
Okay.
use the thing I haven't used yet. Up close and deadly damage. I basically use one of my grip points, and if I hit, I do 2d6 damage more. And
Okay.
if I miss, I still do half of this 2d6.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds cool.
Yeah. So I gonna roll for this, and then I gonna roll for this.
So that's 22 damage.
Yeah, apparently.
That's a big old kill. That would have killed it from full.
Nice.
And it was half fireballed, so partially scorched. This little worm just gets splattered across the grassy ground.
Yeah, and Elantra gets the ringing.
You get your grip point back
Yeah, so I didn't use
for doing
any,
a kill with a
basically.
gun.
Yeah, that was my plan. I was trying to just kill it, so I didn't use my grid, essentially.
Excellent. You do still have movement if you would like.
Do I still have another attack?
Um,
Because I have two, right?
I mean,
because of BAP.
yeah, if you use a full round action, you can make multiple attacks, yes.
Does it need to be against the same thing?
No.
So
You
I'm gonna
cannot move in between. Your second attack comes at a -5.
just gonna shoot the giant.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna shoot the giant.
It is 1, so this is going to be a -7.
Wait, is it that far?
No, it's only a -2 for distance. It's a -5 because it's your second attack,
Oh.
which is how iterative attacks work in Pathfinder.
Oh.
So every time your base attack bonus goes up by 5 again, so at 6 and at 11 and at 16, etc., you get an extra attack, but each one takes an increasing penalty. So,
shoot it away.
yeah.
If it hits, it hits.
So this is a 17 against touch AC. That's a hit.
Hey.
So yeah, the bullet blasts into, like, let's say like the back of the thigh, flies through, leaving a little scorch mark on the entry from the flash.
Are we counting the +1 fire damage too?
Yeah, I've been counting it.
Okay. Because
and speaking of counting, I believe you have 1 bullet left in your thing. You're gonna have to reload soon.
Oh yeah, I do have to reload. I can reload as a bonus action, right?
I don't know. Can you?
If I don't move, I think I can.
Do you have to spend grit for that or something? I don't know, man.
No, I don't think so.
Reload so
I think
seldom.
I think if you have grit, you can use your move action to reload. I think that's the wording of it.
Well, you don't have a move action.
You
used a full round action to
Yeah.
make
turn.
multiple attacks. So
I just remember. I remember that like the action went like kind of one down when I
yeah,
upgraded, right? So it used to be like a full action, and I was like, bonus action, and then I can use a great point to get that one down again. Yeah, I don't know. And my internet is too fucked for me to go search for it. Anyways, next round. I already used everything on this round.
Okay. So like your previous shot that landed on the giant, it hits, but it doesn't seem to do as much as you were expecting. It definitely still is taking away some of this thing's strength, but it is not as impactful as you had hoped. Gabatha's turn. She's still singing. There's her sheet. There's her sheet. She has the rage up.
It's Gabatha scene.
Yeah, I think she's gonna run up. This is quite a bit of a run, actually. Her speed is 30 with the boots. Whoops. She's gonna run up and whisk in hand, like yelling in her old lady voice, and try and whack at the back of this big thing. Mid-rage. She's actually pretty good at this.
War whisk.
So her blow connects. It takes off like a little hunk of rotting flesh, but it doesn't seem to really do much damage.
Really, just magic shit. So
I mean, Crakus' sword isn't magic shit.
oh, did it? It did it. Oh, so it's melee.
Or it's slashing. I wonder if it's bludgeoning damage that it has some sort of DR to.
So that's Gabatha's turn. Crakus is hacking away at worms.
Bullets are piercing and bludgeoning, so it has piercing and bludgeoning?
Yep.
Okay.
Checking Crakus' list of potions and stuff to see if you can heal up a bit. It's not looking good, gang.
I've got potions for him to heal if he makes it. If I had rolled better initiative, this would be going so much differently. Like, if I had gone first, everybody would have gotten haste before we all ran in 6 different directions.
Yeah. I think Crakus is going to try and finish off the worm right in front of him, and unfortunately is going to roll. I guess it was bound to come for him eventually. The unluck, but is going to roll poorly, and then is going to have to 5-foot step away from this worm. It is too dangerous to be over here. He has a move, but I don't think any of his stuff is going to help him a lot. Yeah, I mean, he's got a bunch of bones, but they take like a minute to heal with, so. All right, that's Crakus' turn. He's disengaged a little bit.
Worm number 1.
It's actually worm number 2.
I wrote it as worm number 1. Let me fix that.
Worm number 2 is grappled on Sirius. This is where the fun begins for me. As you are grappled, you can feel from its mouth, like gliding along its little tendrils, a gross mucus begin to cover you. And it bites at you again, Sirius. This time it's got a much better angle. You seem to be feeling a sort of draw through the mucus. I need a fortitude save from you.
Sure. Oh no, well I rolled a 2, so that's not going to be good.
That's a failure. You're going to take 11 points of damage, and you're going to be sickened for 1 round. And you see the worm as it chomps and pulls a hunk of flesh out of your side.
Not my flesh.
Out of like your thigh. You see it like invigorated with new energy. More power. And you're still grappled. But now it's your turn. You can attempt to break free, or you can take an action that doesn't require hands.
I think I'll attempt to break free again.
Okay, this time you are able to burst your way out from these little tendrils that are held around you. You trying to get out or reverse the grapple?
I haven't thought about which would be better for me.
So if you have the grapple on the enemy, you can just deal damage, basically. You can deal an attack's worth of damage, but you can't really do anything else, right? Like your arms are still not really free.
Gotcha. I'll just break the grapple then.
Okay.
Especially since it's not the one closer to Crakus.
All right, you are no longer grappled. I believe that is a standard action to break. Yes, it's a standard. So you still have your movement if you would like.
Can I 5-foot step?
Yeah, that's a free action.
Wait, that doesn't really help me. They're still touching me. Or no, I can go to here.
Yep.
Which is slightly better.
And then you still have your move action, but you can't use it to move.
I don't think I have anything else to spend it on.
Okay.
For dancing.
Because, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to like pull something out of your pack or something. All right, so that's your turn. Oh, it's another worm. Oh, never mind. That worm's dead. Yeah, number 3 got smited via gun. So the tower falls. I actually should have had it fall like 2 turns ago, but that's okay. It's falling now. So it hits the ground. We'll draw a little square for it. Rectangle, really. It's like there.
Sorry. You're not boring the Dolph, I'm just...
And our giant is going to go. Pathway cleared. I think he's going to sweep his arm quickly at Gabatha and then walk forwards. This is going to be... a lot to hit. That's going to be 21 points of damage. And she's going to get knocked back 10 feet and prone. So it's sort of swinging backwards. It's going to knock her
Oof.
this way. And prone her. It's just going to walk over this little building here with ease, just putting its foot right through the roof. Which is going to bring us to Elantra's turn.
Shit.
Oh, we got to slide the spectator over to see the carnage over here. Let's see. That's probably the best view.
Boy, howdy.
Indeed.
How far can I run if I do the full round action or standard action or whatever?
You can move twice, basically. Well, if you want to take the run action, which is a full round action, it is 4 times your speed.
But if I just take a standard action, I could get to next to
Yeah, if you just
Crakus.
want to move twice, then yeah, it's just double your movement.
And what sort of action is it to take something out of my pack?
Movement.
Okay.
Unless you have the quick draw feat, which I don't believe you do.
I'm going to run out over next to Crakus and start fumbling to get a potion of Cure Light Wounds out of my bag.
Okay.
Do I have anything I can do as a free action that'd be cool? I don't think so. No, I think that's it.
Okay. Worm number 1 is gonna make a go at you, Sirius. You're getting wormed.
I am.
That's a nat 20.
It's got wormed.
Oh no!
Does
Isn't
a
that funny?
19 hit?
A 19 does not hit. No.
Okay, so it's a normal hit. It's not a crit. It is still 9 damage. And it's going to try and grab you. That is a 22 to grapple. Versus your combat maneuver defense. You're no longer in the grappled condition if that's still on your sheet, by the way.
It is. Let me take it off.
Praising again.
I wasn't even close to. Oh, maybe I was. I was just trying to get rid of. There we go. You said that was a 22.
Yep.
Well, mine's a 20, so I think I'm grappled
You're
again.
grappled again, buddy.
So this is how you stop shocking grasp. I see.
I mean, this will stop almost anyone from doing anything.
The giant wasn't so singly minded. I'm committed, stayed engaged with Crakus and Sirius, then I could have done some cool shit.
Yeah. Well, I think if it's okay with y'all, I want to stop here because there's still a good bit of fight left and a good bit of marching towards town left. And I don't want to run too late, especially since we're missing 2 people now.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll sort of snapshot this fight as the giant charges toward town. Looking kind of bad, at least.
It's so weird. I'm still on the thing the monocle saying that it's odd.
I mean, I'll give to you right now. The reason it was odd is because it's undead.
Oh, okay.
So you were too far away for it to really make that out because you're still like several hundred feet away. You're like 400 feet away or something. But yeah, it's because it was like rotting.
if we wait the thing to go far enough, we're gonna see like a little tiny like dude coming after it, holding the fucking spell bullshit that is holding this thing up. I don't know. There's something up.
Well, next week we will resume this thrilling fight.
I hope I see my note to myself that I was running over to give Crakus a potion.
It should be there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of.
chat
Actually,
carries,
I
so.
won't be here next week, so it won't.
Oh, yeah, so it's a matter of me seeing it. Or someone seeing it, I guess, and reminding me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, until next time.